Hi and welcome to my new video. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not. Today's a Sunday, hence I'm dressed a little on the lazier side, but I've been working all day nonetheless. Today's video is going to be something quite interesting, I think. I want to share my 5 top apps that are not social media that are my most used. I thought this will be a really fun video in the sense that maybe you can discover some apps for yourself. But also I think it's interesting to see, and it was interesting for me to find out because I went to my settings to see what my other top 5 most used apps besides social media. And some of them were a surprise to me as well. So I really hope you actually get something quite useful. You learn something new from this. Let's get started. So my number 1 most used besides social media is Duolingo. And it's one of my favorites because also, I think this will be self-explanatory. The fact that today marks my 673rd day streak of learning French, now added Italian. So it's give or take nearly going on to 2 years without a day missed. I just love it. It keeps me really disciplined and it's given me so much. And fun fact about Duolingo, and if you do it, I think you will agree, is that I actually prefer the free version to the premium one because in my opinion, the premium one kind of, I don't feel as motivated at all. So when I get these 3-day free premium trials, I actually find that I am less productive on Duolingo because when I have unlimited amounts of lives, hearts, then I stop trying really. But when I'm on the free version and I know I have a limited amount of hearts and lives, I actually pay more attention. And personally for me, I find that it's way more useful. So let me know if you agree, and if not, why, because I'm interested to know. Also added Italian recently, and I love languages, so I love Duolingo. Second app, also one of my favorites, and I've been using for over 3 years consecutively, and also one of the few apps that I actually subscribed to, and I think it's worth every single penny, and that has to be the Down Dog app for yoga. Honestly, I cannot recommend this app enough. I've been using it for, like I said, over 3 years. I have over 1,400 hours of practice. It replaces a yoga studio for me completely. You can customize your area of focus, your time, the voice, the music. And what I also love about it is that that no class is repetitive. Although if you did like the class you did, you can save it and do it again. But I am someone who does not like repetition personally, so I do like that it's not the same thing over and over again. And it's just so customizable and tailored, but also in such a professional level that it replaces any yoga studio for me, and I love it. I brought back my splits because if you didn't know, I used to do rhythmic gymnastics professionally, and so for me it's so important to keep my flexibility, to keep it up, and so at least once a week I do this class, usually on Sundays is my flexibility day, like my rest day, but on this day is when I practice splits, my bridges, and just to keep it up because it's really important for me. And thanks to this app is that I actually got them back because when I didn't do it for a long time, I kind of forgot it, but thank God for muscle memory, I can now do it all again, and I highly recommend you try it because I think it's also great for someone who's just getting into yoga. If you already are familiar with any yoga poses, super handy, super useful. Also, fun fact is that I set mine to French. So I do yoga classes in French in order to also work on my French at the same time and also make it a part of my day-to-day life because I don't live in a French-speaking environment. So in order to keep up the language and to practice more, I changed my app settings to French. So now I do yoga in French, which I think is really productive and also quite a cool tip. My third app is a game, and it's Block Blast. And I would like to say that I am kind of addicted, although I think it's not a bad addiction because it kind of helps me to stop thinking when I need a break, when I'm on the plane. I also think it's productive and good because it is really good for your logic. And in my opinion, how I found it to work is because it really challenges your logical skills in the sense that I think it's really similar to chess. You can't just play it and just see whatever figure fits. You actually have to strategize. So I think it's also really healthy in a way and not as useless as you may think. This is the game I'm talking about. I'll add app icon on the screen as well. I do love it a lot. It helps me stop thinking. It's perfect for like a break. Try it and then thank me later. But I have to say and warn you that it is really addictive. Chances are that you already play this game, you already have it, or you've probably seen it somewhere. Yeah, let me know. Coming up at number 4 has to be Cam Scanner. And I know that on an iPhone you can also scan documents through your Notes app, but sometimes the quality is not as good or the shade is something you can't get rid of, for example, if you don't have natural light. So I did find that Cam Scanner is just better. It's so professional. It's like you're scanning from a scanner, like a real scanner. So I really do recommend, and I think it's a really useful one. So please take note and please download it if you scan quite often. I mean, I do, and I think it's way better than the built-in scanner or any other scanner apps I tried, so highly recommend you try it. And last but not least is Spotify. For the reasons besides music, I actually noticed that I listen to music less because I don't really like their Discover Weekly because none of the songs are really tailored to me. I think their algorithms were way better before, but I still like their interface, but I use it personally more for podcasts. I also listen to a lot of language podcasts, like French podcasts, to also keep up the language, to help me learn, something I do almost every day. But surprisingly, why I'm mentioning it is because I don't listen to music. I don't use it for music necessarily. I really like the quality and I love the choices of podcasts, and I think they're great. Also, highly recommend if you're learning Spanish or French, check out Duolingo podcasts because they have podcasts, but they're like actually so incredible. And there are so many stories. They're actually interesting. Not even for the language. You actually want to listen to it for the content because there's like real people telling real stories in their native languages. And like I know there's for sure Spanish and French. I don't know. They should have some other languages, but these two I know for a fact. And I've listened to all of them because I genuinely enjoyed them. But yeah, Spotify for music, but lately less music, and I just re-listen to my old playlists. But mostly I listen to personally for podcasts. But also let me know, where do you listen to music? Because I know that a lot of people, this is a controversial topic, because some people like Apple Music, some people are listening to on SoundCloud, Pandora. What's your go-to music app or podcast app? Please let me know. Pretty much that's it. These are my top 5 apps that are besides social media. I found it quite useful for myself because I didn't know what were my top used apps besides social media. So if you're interested in learning your top 5 apps, check out on your settings and perhaps you might be surprised yourself. Share in the comments. I would really love to see. Maybe we can discover some new apps that I didn't know existed. So yeah, hope you found this useful, enjoyable, and I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.